name is Willie Evans Jr. I make beats. I also make raps with my brain. And I started in this group out of Jacksonville, Florida called Asamov. We put out a record on 6 Hole Records called And Now. It was a very exciting time for the entire world. Then I made a solo record called Communication, which was a part of the Raucous 50 project. Then I met this cat named Sucio Smash at High Water Music. You know what I'm saying? He said, "You have raps out here." I was like, "I have several raps." And now I'm sitting here with a record that came out July 19th. You should each own 10 copies of it.
First of all, a dude's fresh when you hear it. Willie Evans Jr. ever cool and style out infinite. While my mouth is in a fixed position to kick spinach. You can feel a new.
The main effort is to do exactly that, which is basically introduce me to a wider audience, cast that might not have heard of me before. Obviously, for maybe 20 or 30 people, it would be like a reintroduction, but it's mainly to let people know what I'm about musically and, you know, I guess as a person, since my music is a reflection of my personality. The way it was put together was like really more of a collaborative effort. Some of those joints I had sitting in the vault, I gave them to the label like, this is what I'm capable of, and they were kind of like, no, this is what we're gonna use, this is what we're gonna put out. And it kind of went, we kind of bounced ideas back and forth. And over that time, songs came about that kind of fleshed out the idea, the total idea of the record. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's an inexact science. And I'm changing diapers with the other hand. That's what the funky shit is. Oh, really? I'm for real. I'm changing diapers with the other hand. He's sitting right there. You smiling right now. So funny how the dummies wait to see what they can love next, staring at the people standing next to them. If that's true, schools say the new school is out of ideas. They pop, yo, it's hot. You can't boo them. A gap caused by the clap clause, printed in the small of that contract. And yesterday you couldn't do that. Original minds are targets in the grind of a high mentality rap cat. Finding a space in a life when his live performance is not living. He says nobody minds, quit trying to be Mike Bivens. We diagnose flows like we're all smashing and magnificent dope. You probably should have. I guess really the Billy Lotion project was once again like a thing where I was like just sitting around. This is how a lot of ideas happen with me. I either come up with a crazy idea and someone will file it down to something that's able to be done by a human being, or I'll just be sitting around and somebody say, "Hey, why don't you try this?" And that's kind of this. The latter is how Billy Lotion came about. I was sitting around, got a call from Sucio. He was like, "Yo, check out Aloe Blacc." I listened to it. It was amazing, as most people watching this probably already know. And just kind of after inspiration, I just kind of made a beat CD out of it. And it kind of snowballed from there. As far as the video stuff, that's really just like it's like a thing that I really kind of always wanted to do it. It just took me a long time to figure out how to approach it. I still feel like if I could get at a company like a Kai or somebody like that and explain to them how I do what I do and get them to design a machine, I think that not only would I be able to do some crazier shit, it would be thousands, if not tens of thousands of other people who would get into it, especially beat makers. It's really, to me, that's like, I've always felt like the next evolutionary step in hip hop artistry is the eye. Chopping video and stuff like that is really a raw form of sending that through the prism of the creative process that happens in hip hop, if that makes any sense.
You ain't gotta lie, my boy. You ain't gotta go and make your mama cry, my boy. It's okay if you just work a 9 to 5, my boy. Acting like you in the streets ain't fly, boy. You don't have to lie. This for them big cars.
Nerd English. Nerd English is my favorite song on that record, because it just is a very, I think, of all of those songs, aside from some particular verses in certain songs, it's the most accurate representation of me and how I came up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was one of those dudes that I was in the garage making beats, and there was cats in there that would be in there. We would make little tapes or whatever, and when they went to go do dirt, I would go play video games. You know what I'm saying? And then when they finished doing dirt and I finished playing video games, we'd get back together and go play basketball and make beats or whatever. And so that song is like a representation of how I came up, because there's other cats that came up like that too. But then when we got older and I was like, you know, well, nah, that ain't me. I ain't never did that. You know, because I know I'm not the type of dude that could even pull that off. And I know what happens to people who front like they do that. But speaking on that song particularly, just as far as it being a good representation of me, I think it's definitely something.
Now listen with your lady.
I come from a crew called Asamov, and we have this thing that we say, which is "Don't monkey with the funky." And I promise you that, you know, as long as you listen to my music, that's what I will not do. I won't monkey with the funky. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want. That's what I would want them to take away from what I put forward in Introducin. What's going on? It's your man Willie Evans Jr. Introducin. It's out and all of that good stuff. I got to do my job. You're watching Out the Box TV. Watch it until your eyeballs fall out of your head, and that'll be okay with me. Peace.
Give me another chance. I'll practice very hard. I promise.
And so it was that Willie became the most popular person in his town, the leader of the band.
Question.